Today's video contains a paid partnership with Skillshare, my favorite online learning community where you can learn basically any skill you want. So, caring for your wardrobe in general is something I cannot stress enough. I especially like to give my closet some extra TLC in between seasons when I do my capsule wardrobe switchovers. So I take some time to wipe over the shelves with a damp cloth so that my wardrobe feels fresh and ready for new season. And I also love giving my favorite clothes the love and care it needs to look good for as long as possible. So in today's video, I wanted to share just a few things I like to do to care for my clothes, especially around autumn and winter time. My best tip to actually get this done is to take out all of the items from your wardrobe that you wish to freshen up or fix. Place them in a pile somewhere in your house so you don't forget about them, and then schedule a day or a couple of hours to then actually get it done. Generally, don't put things back in your wardrobe that isn't clean, steamed, or ready to wear. This will save you lots of time and energy in the morning, and it will make you feel a lot more inspired by your wardrobe. You'll be more likely to wear what you have when it's in proper shape and ready to use. So crank up some nice music and make yourself a cup of coffee, get cozy, and enjoy the mindful procedure it can be to take care of your clothes. Thanks once again to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. If you're a curious and creative person like me, you might want to check out some of the video lessons and classes you can find on Skillshare. Like for example, how to develop your own business, so everything from developing a logo to building a website. You sign up for a membership on an annual subscription, and then you'll have free access to all their classes. Lastly, the first 1,000 people to use the link in the description bar down below will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. So I've mentioned this tool various times lately, and it is of course my Pillow fabric shaver from Steamery. I know there are various lint removers on the market, both the manual ones that come in the shape of a comb and then these electric ones. I personally prefer the latter as I find them super effective. You of course have to be gentle and make sure that the fabric is laid out on a flat surface, and make sure you don't force it and push it too hard into the fabric just to avoid making holes in the garment. You don't want to do that. So you only need to use it in the very surface to remove lint, which comes naturally when you wear especially wool garments. This is a great way to keep the surface looking smooth and wear your favorite coats and sweaters for as long as possible. Another reason why I like this one is that I think it looks nice. I know that that has absolutely nothing to do with the actual function of it, but to some people it might make the process feel a little extra special, and also the fact that it comes with a brush so you can clean it and make sure that it keeps being effective. And then lastly, it's rechargeable, so you don't need to waste resources on disposable batteries. Next up is re-dyeing worn out or faded clothes at home. Now, I know this might be a bit controversial, but hear me out. With this specific at-home machine dye, you only use around 60 liters of hot water for a pair of jeans, whereas a pair of new jeans require up to 8,000 liters of water. So in the bigger picture, I do think this is a great solution rather than buying a pair of new jeans. I'm not saying we should all relentlessly do this, because we also need to work on accepting the fact that nothing stays new forever, and wear should be looked at as character more than a flaw, really. But if you do have a pair of your favorite jeans laying around that could use a freshen up, then maybe you could give this a go. Another thing I'd advise you to do, not only to prolong the color of your jeans, but also just to make sure they last longer, is to not wash them too often. So you can actually freeze your jeans or steam them to kill bacteria, and spot clean them, of course, if they have stains. I personally only wash my jeans after maybe around 6 to 7 wears, and again only if they are proper dirty or if they've lost their shape a bit in between. Jeans are a solid part of my wardrobe all year round, but I especially wear them non-stop during autumn with everything from shirts and tees to blazers and knitwear. One thing to note in regard to home dye like this is that it can only be used on natural materials and thread, such as cotton for example, so you can't dye synthetic materials or thread at home. I especially wear my leather boots and leather Converse on rotation this time of year. They look stylish, they're easy to clean, and they keep my feet warm too. So I've had my Acne Jensen boots for almost 5 years, and as I bought them pre-loved myself, they're definitely starting to look a bit worn out. I've had them resoled by my local cobbler several times, and in between that I like to just clean them and make sure that the leather stays soft and moisturized. Since they're pointed, I like to sort of keep the pointed toe in shape with a cotton round. So I push it into the very edge of the point just to make sure I won't be able to actually feel it when I wear them. My leather Converse are also bought pre-loved, and again I find them very apt for this season because they're easier to maintain and clean than the ones in cotton canvas. And again, they just keep my feet a little extra toasty during the cold months. Lastly, I wanted to show you guys how you can easily freshen up your leather bags or leather shoes for that matter at home. So I bought this leather dye online. You might also want to buy a leather dye doper, which is sort of a painting tool but just for leather dye. I didn't buy any of these, so I just ended up using whatever I had, which in this case turned out to be an old face halo and an old makeup brush for the sort of hard to reach corners of the bag. Turns out these worked out very well. So I did indeed give my good old Marc Jacobs bag new life by freshening up the color. I'd advise you to wear protective clothes and gloves, and also make sure to protect the surface you're doing the work on. I ended up doing it outside as well, just because the smell of these dyes can be quite heavy. So you can add several layers, just make sure it dries properly in between, and afterwards make sure you give the item some love with leather care as well. This bag is probably 8 years old. It was a gift from my husband and it's very special to me. It's a great size too if I'm only bringing like my phone and my wallet, and it's just a nice timeless crossbody bag. After giving it this treatment, I think it looks brand new. So there you have it guys, just some tips on how to care for your favorite clothes this autumn season, and in general just a reminder to you to actually practice these things and make them a part of your routine before you buy new clothes. Thank you all so much for watching. Thanks to Skillshare once again for sponsoring today's video, and thanks to you guys so much for watching. It means a lot to me, and I'll see you very soon for another video. Bye guys.